Good morning. How are you guys? This is Keelan, and I am coming at you from beautiful Southern California. It is 6 a.m. Pacific here, 9 a.m. Eastern, and this is Mystical Mornings. I started the show earlier this week, and it came out of me having a particularly bad day on Monday, and just really getting centered and grounded, and asking my guides, asking the guides, what should I be doing? And their answer was that I get to be in service and the magical mornings that I sometimes fight and I sometimes am friends with. Really, there's a lot of beautiful energy here to be explored. So this show is all about the mystical pieces of life. I'm such a stand for it. The energies, the woo woo, if you will, all the spiritual pieces. And this week we've explored a couple of different themes. Yesterday specifically, I talked a lot about ghosts, how I've seen a lot of ghosts, I've taken pictures of ghosts, and how Hollywood makes them out to be a lot scarier than they are. So, my intention for this show is really to light you guys up, to help start your day, and also just to really talk and normalize what this mystical piece of life is. And for me personally, I ignored it for a really long time. I straight out ignored all of it. And what I've grown to realize through my sobriety, through my exploration, through being a transformational leadership uh, coach, which I think should be a better word for that. But through all of these explorations, I've really discovered that we get to fill up all pieces of us: our bank accounts, our family accounts, our health accounts, creative accounts, and most definitely our spiritual accounts. So again, for a long time, I would dabble in the spiritual piece. I would go to psychics and palm readers, and I have tons of books that talk about uh, meditations and ways of being, and like I'm reading like Walk in the Light and the Untethered Soul, all of those pieces. So I've always been really interested in it, and this is really me like showing up fully, so I can show up for others. Because I didn't I just pretended it wasn't real for a long time, and the thing is that there's so much out there that we don't understand yet, and the more we push against it, the less we can actually use it to our advantage, if that makes sense. So today I want to talk about healing. And healing is one of those things that we are so obsessed with. I mean, think about it. Our medical system here in the US is crazy, right? And it's all about healing, not necessarily the right kind of healing. But when I moved to Orange County from Los Angeles, I realized, like, oh my God, there's so many doctors everywhere. I mean, I would just drive down the street, strip mall, and there was like at least a specialty doctor, but probably a couple. So, in society right now, we're extremely um, obsessed with healing, and the thing is that we're always looking outside of ourselves for that healing. All these doctors, a podiatrist and eye doctor, skin doctor, dermatologist, like all of those things, we're always looking outside of ourselves. And we're also, feeling a group pain, right? Because as humans, we are so connected. We are wired for love, and it doesn't always show up as love, right? And my philosophy behind that is that it's really, if we're not loving, then there's a fear there, and there's a fear there that gets to be healed, right? So it's just kind of this idea that we're always in a healing state. There's always more to heal. um, so yesterday, right after I did this, I was journaling a bit, and I got another intuitive hit. So I'm really leaning into these hits. Like if I get a hit to call someone, then I pick up the phone, I call. And the hit was, create a world healing circle today, this afternoon. Call in your sisters, your magical sisters, which I have so many. I love you guys so much, and create this healing circle. So I don't know if you guys know what Clubhouse is, but I signed up for it earlier this week, and one of my friends, Tina, I was like, "What are we doing here?" And she's like, "I don't know. Like, we just open up a room and start talking." So I decided yesterday we got to create this World Healing Circle in there. What I didn't know about Clubhouse is that it is, I call it segregation. It's only for iPhones right now. So half of the women that I really want to call in have Androids. So I found that really interesting that, I wanted to play with a new platform, but at what price did I have to pay? Right. So I I opened up the room yesterday and 5 women appeared. Now, 5 is my favorite number. Freaking love the number 5. There's so many reasons for it. It's a very, very magical number for me. And I didn't really have a big intention about the healing. I wanted to explore it, and I knew I would bring in women um, who really show up as healing sources anyways. And I did. I brought like these women were like, I was like, woo, this is awesome. And they all show up in different ways. Very like one of these women is all about theta brainwaves, and she's like, yeah, I got your brain mail, I'm here. I'm like, okay, cool. So she's really like plays with the head waves a lot. One of them is one of my most favorite shamans in the whole entire world, and she's all about just bringing in different medicines. Um, and we just played with the idea of what healing is, because in the Western society, we think it's going to be a pill or a cream or even a mask, right? Like these are the outside sources of healing that we look at. And in this discussion, it was really a discussion of healing is actually about conversation and about taking a minute and not having an agenda. And we laughed. Have you guys ever been on Clubhouse, but you're a little head on it, and every time you talk, you like kind of blink, and we were just like, we were just watching it and just laughing, just being silly. And we realized together as a group, as just like these 5 women, that healing can be as simple as connection and just taking a minute and connecting and laughing and just really, really showing up for each other. So, long story short, that's the medicine that I want to share with you today, is that healing, of course, there's amazing medical advances out there. There are amazing technologies out there that we have available. And oh my gosh, like, how lucky are we? We're living longer, right? Darren and I were watching Major League last night, and I can't remember which was, it was somebody who was, Bob Uecker is the announcer. He's 53 in that movie, which means that he's almost 3 years older than Darren is. Completely different. He looks like he's 20 years older than Darren. So there's something really cool going on with time in the way that we are stretching and expanding time and not aging as quickly. So there's a healing element that's really working in our society. There's a lot of things that aren't working, but there are things that are working, you guys, really powerfully. So I just invite you to kind of look at the world through that lens today and look at the healing that gets to happen is actually within you. You have the power to heal the people around you. And just all it takes is a little bit of laughter and a little bit of connection and just a little bit of time. So if you get an intuitive hit today, call that person. If you feel kind of down, go find something funny to read or like watch The Office or something. Just take a minute for yourself. Just take a couple minutes and connect. And if you have any other healing ideas, please write them, comment below, comment in the chats. I would love to hear them. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you for being with me this week and letting me just talk about the woo-woo, yummy stuff that makes up our mystical mornings. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.